but now I'll rise above you.
Swazula, you skinny penguins, how the hell are you? Alright, well, we're going to talk about my dual comma prime build. The reason why we're going to talk about my dual comma prime build is because the red cringe lords basically begged me to give it to them, and they don't like thinking for themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and spoon feed the damn thing to you, because that's the only way I'll get anything through your skulls. Damn it, my mic has fallen off. Get back on there. There we go. There we go. Pardon that. Right. So, the reason why people started asking me about this is because I uploaded a video a while ago, something along the lines of why red cringe is stupid in Warframe. So, the whole idea behind the video was why you guys do not need to obsess over red crits. Now, if you like red crits, if you like building for red crits, you think it looks pretty, you use it as a fashion statement, then you know what? That's totally okay. Nobody's going to bother you because of that. But to obsess over it and actually actively go ahead and run around through the community and diss people or put them down because they're not building for red crits and, oh, you're doing it wrong, that kind of shit needs to stop because it's really, really stupid. And so I uploaded this video and I just happened to use my dual comma. I really didn't see what the big deal was. It was completely random that I used that thing, I believe. And we went against Steel Path enemies for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours or however long. We did it live on stream. The enemies reached a level of, I don't know, 600 plus, maybe higher. I don't really remember. Go watch the video yourself and you'll see some clips out of those enemy levels. And what you're seeing right now is that exact same dual comma prime with the same build. I haven't touched it because I have a proclivity for building things to where they work and then never touching them again. Because, like I said, obsessing over certain builds and shit is just completely unnecessary and truly a waste of time in a game like Warframe that is completely void of any challenge whatsoever. And that's not a diss, I'm just saying this because while you guys are so hell-bent on getting the best whatever the fuck, that thing doesn't exist. It also isn't relevant. The worst, arguably worst weapons in the game are still enough to beat everything in the game. Yes, that includes the Stug. I did say everything, didn't I? So I'm not saying that you're going to be able to go 6 hours with a Stug, no, but you can beat the entire star chart with the Stug. That's not really a big deal at all. It's nothing special, that's not an achievement, it's nothing. Everything in the game will destroy everything in the game, okay? Now, that is not to discourage you from playing or giving you guys less fun or anything. No, not at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite, because here's how the thing works in Warframe, right? You guys hear from some YouTuber or some streamer, oh my god, look at this weapon, with level 9,999 enemies, red crit cringe, and I'm killing everything. And then for some reason, a lot of people are instantly convinced that that particular weapon with that particular build and that particular setup is the best thing ever and you need to have it. You do not, though. The reason why that's problematic for a game like Warframe or its community is that the community will be hell-bent on that one thing is the only thing viable, and that is just nonsense. So while you're speeding through the game, getting all those super high-level mods or whatever, and building that cringe build from your favorite YouTuber or whatever, you're passing all of these other opportunities that could have maybe been fun. You know, maybe you don't like using the Kuva Nucor to spread viral or whatever status and then slash them with gas or some shit with some special build. Maybe that's not enjoyable. I mean, how can it be? Literally, enemy level cap in Warframe is 9,999. They don't get any tougher than that. And here you are building things that will melt even that. There is no challenge to be had. So how on earth does it matter to be that goddamn min-maxy? It simply doesn't. So Try not to burn yourself out and speed rush through the game just to get those super high level builds, because they're irrelevant. Like I said, even the worst builds or weapons, or warframes for that matter, are still enough to beat everything in the game. The vast majority of those items are even good enough to go well into Steel Path, which you will never ever have to do naturally ever, unless you decide, let's do this for shits and giggles. So what you're looking at in the background right now is that exact Kama build. You can see there's a scene in here where I one-shot and two-shot a couple of the enemies. The reason why they are one-shot or two-shot is because I crit a bleed proc, and that bleeds behind their armor. And as you guys may know, if you've been following me for a while, armor versus bleeding is pretty much irrelevant, because bleeding doesn't give a shit, so everything will melt anyways. Right? You can also see 2 acolytes spawn at some point. I melt those as well. You can build this thing differently. You can build it to be more effective against whatever you want. Yes, you can use your cringeworthy Kuva Nukor to spread viral and then slap different statuses on the Kama. You can do all of that shit. What I'm saying here is there's no trickery involved here. I'm not using invisibility to up the damage or anything. I'm only using Loki, in fact, to stay invisible so that you can only focus on, look at only the damage that the Kamas are doing by themselves. I'm not using Neramon or some shit. I'm using Zenuric, which has nothing to do with melee. My cat is a vampire cat, so the only thing that little shit does is give me some life, which is irrelevant as well in this particular mission because I'm Loki, but that's just the fact. It's not a Smita. There's no added crits. There are no gladiator set bonuses. There are no hidden arcanes in here that are upping the damage. There's no trickery involved. This is just this pure build and nothing else. So now let me go ahead and show you guys the damn build. So here we are in game. Still got my Loki. This is directly after I did the run. Here's my Kama, and here you go. So, as you can see, just ignore kind of the mods for a second and look over here what damage I'm dealing with. Slash takes the majority of the damage, that is important. Then you have your generic heat and your generic viral. This is kind of the meta combination. If you have any weapon, guys, trust me, I'm not trying to ruin the game for you. I want you to have more fun, and I think you will have more fun if you understand some of the basic mechanics and don't have to follow your favorite YouTuber builds blindly, and also probably spend hundreds of hours or thousands of plat buying all the shit that you need to build those builds to replicate them. You don't need that. None of it. So here it is. Slash will happen very often because it also is the majority of all of these other damage types. Impact is very little. Puncture is a little bit more, but slash is definitely the vast majority of that. That means in game, what will happen is slash will naturally happen very often, regardless of what this number up here is, okay? So the way that works, you know what, let's skip that, it doesn't matter. Just keep in mind, it kind of doesn't matter how much status chance you have. More is better, yes, but if you think that 1,000 status chance is going to make, I don't know, let's say impact happen more often, that's not how that works. It matters between these 3 damage types, which one has the majority. That one will also happen or occur more frequently than the other 2. In this case, as you can see, it's mainly slash by not just a little bit, but by a lot. That is incredibly good. Any weapon with that feature will completely, absolutely annihilate everything that is Grineer, almost no matter how you build it, okay? And then we have our heat and our viral. Heat reduces armor and does damage over time. Viral increases the damage that they take. And then at the top we have some of our crits. Crit chance. Guys, if you have movement speed, attack speed, crit chance is kind of irrelevant. Yes, I have Blood Rush on here. It doesn't hurt. Go ahead and slap it on there. More is better, yes, but if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're in a trade-off between do I go a little bit more crit chance or a little bit more speed, go a little bit more speed. Why? Because math. Now, the crit multiplier as well, you can see there's just a little bit of damage in here, nothing crazy. Essentially, the idea of this build here is use the natural damage that it already deals, the comma that the comma already deals, so the slash, so you already know it'll destroy everything. Then add the generic stuff that, you know, you put on everything anyway. This build will also melt Corpus. You can make a better build for Corpus too. For example, if you plan on going 10 hours Steel Path survival against Corpus, I wouldn't bring this build. Will it get the job done? Yeah, probably. I haven't tried it against that much high level of the wrong faction, so to speak, but it probably will. But you can make this better against Corpus for sure. But anyways, you slap on the 2 generic heat and viral statuses that you put on basically everything in the game right now if you're interested in killing things. And then you put on your condition overload, and then you assist the condition overload with critting. Which is what I'm doing with Blood Rush. That's the only reason why that is here. So there you go. What happens with this build is it procs all the right statuses that single-handedly, but also in conjunction with one another, really shove a big old FU up the Grineer's buttholes. And those statuses are then also furthermore critted a little bit. That's how this build basically works. And the same goes for literally any other weapon or any other build that you have. It's always the same concept, okay? I'm not trying to make the game less enjoyable for you. I'm trying to save you guys from blindly following a bunch of bullshit and never actually really understanding how it works. Because fact of the matter is, if you understand how things work, you can grab any melee weapon or any weapon you want. You could go up here to this button right here, randomize, and do this here. And then no matter what you have, there you go. I'm ready to go to Steel Path. Well, my Excalibur. See, I have 68 Excaliburs. That's because of you guys, and you like to torture me on streams, but that's beside the point. But let's just go with something else completely random. There we go. This right here, I'm ready to go to Steel Path. You know? And you can only do this kind of thing if you actually understand how builds work. So, please, try not to follow the meta slavery all that much. It's not necessary. And yeah, here you go. This is my comma build. Copy it if you want to. It will destroy everything if that's what you're going for. But I hope that this short video also helped you maybe just kind of understand, hold on, what am I doing with all the red cringe support? Why am I following this blindly? It's not necessary anywhere in the game ever. There you go. Oh, and by the way, if you guys want to see me use some of this stuff here live, then I suggest you come and see me on stream Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 6 p.m. till about midnight German time. That should be about 12 p.m. EST till 6 p.m. EST or so. And then you can see me use some of this stuff here, or you can send me your fucking bills and I'll fix them for you or whatever. But in any case, I'll see you guys later. Stay safe and healthy and all the other good shit. Take care of yourselves. And until then, peace the fuck out.